And we're live. Oh my goodness. Waiting for Maddie. So surprised I'm back, you guys. Hi, Shante. Hi, Nia. How are you guys? Um, Yasmina. Hi. Thank you. It's good to be back. It was a long time though, wasn't it? I'm going to, I'm all set up to do some readings. Thank you. Hi, Carlos. You know, I did have COVID, you guys. If you didn't know, because I don't know, it was okay if Maddie said, I was ill, but I got COVID, and two other people in my family got COVID, so I had to take care of them. I contracted COVID, and it's been a long time. And at the end of COVID, this last week, I had another virus that came in, a different one. So COVID went out. I'm negative, and another virus is. My body's working on that right now. So, but I'm excited to be back. We'll see how it goes. How long can I last? That could be one of Maddie's games. So, anyway, did you guys have fun without me? I hope so. Maddie should be in here anytime. He knows that I'm here today. Thank you for sharing, Carlos. You guys share. Let's get a lot of people in here. Yes, Yasmina. I very good at the fluids and the vitamins and supplements and all of that. COVID was super mild for me. However, it was long lasting. And I couldn't just focus on me because I'm taking care of two other people. So, but that part's over. My body's healing, and most of the time I lost my voice, which was, bad for me. Kim, thank you so much for thinking of me. Kim, Carlos sent me flowers. How wonderful. Carlos, you have such a big heart, and so full of love for your friends and all of that. Just thank you so much for doing that. It really made my, took me out of the, all the work and what I was going through. And Kim came over and dropped off a Halloween decor and a really nice get well card, which I happen to have right here. And so those are bright moments for me. And I really, really appreciate that. Thinking of me, it was hard. I think it's better if you just have to take care of yourself. But we got through it. Everybody's negative now, and so that's really good. Thank you, Veronica. I may cough a little bit. It's like one of those things that as it comes to evening, then I start, coughing, and then in the morning. And then it goes away all day. So it's getting better. Thank you for the smiley face. That's cute. So anyway, oh my goodness. I did get to watch at the end of COVID, I got to watch the show a couple of times. And that was a lot of fun. But when I tried to come on, I either felt nauseous one day or I just didn't have a voice. So you have the dry cough that doesn't go away. Yeah, I have switched to taking some antihistamines to help, and of course the nasal spray, and I have cough drops. But it's okay. It was super mild for me. Unfortunately, for one of the two people that were with me, did not do well. So it's just one of those things. You are Nia. You're a years later, and you have a cough post COVID. Oh, I'm sorry. You know what we should do, Nia? We should have a healing thing, a healing show, and invite anybody that needs healing to come on, and they can be on with me here, and we do it privately, and just because I am a healer, and I think that's what helped me is because I just did the healing, asked for healing, did the healing. Then all my friends on Facebook did it kind of like at one time. And I was very lucky. I just kind of went through COVID. but very mild, but just, it dragged on. I didn't like that. Hi, Presh, how are you? Um, let me see if we can get that together. And anybody, maybe we'll get 8 people, 9 people. We'll go in a room and we'll just do healing. And it doesn't have to be from COVID. It can be healing from whatever you want to heal from. I have amazing stories about healing people. And I believe on this show, I talked about bringing people back that were dying that night. 2 people, separate times, separate years. The family reached out and asked, can you do anything? And most people, I think, would say, hi, Michael. I think most people would say, oh, it's God's will and, you can't intervene with it or whatever. I did. I did. And I did my healing, as a lot of healing. And the next day, the people, one person had a nurse there and called the morgue already, and then said she's passing, called the family. And the other one, was in a facility and they said she's passing. And I sent all that energy. And they woke up and they want to go to the mall. They want to eat. They want to get up. They want to get dressed. And they had full lives for 3 more years. That's the weird part of it. Separate people, separate times. I sent them healing. And they both lived exactly 3 years and then passed. Isn't that weird? That's kind of weird. But anyway, thank you, Mary-Am. I am better. I got another different kind of virus that is kind of trying to do something, but it's staying at bay. So I'm happy about that. Well, where is Matty? I'm so glad that he did the shows. He's such a trooper to do that, because I was like, I don't have the breath, or I don't have the voice. That was so weird to, lose your voice for a long time. It cracked all up all the time. There he is. Hey, hi.
So happy you're back.
Oh, that was a heck of a vacation. Oh, do we need to redo our screen here and bring you up?
Here we go.
There you go. Oh, let me fix mine. There I am.
There you go.
We just been chatting, talking about healing. Maybe I'll have a healing show. Look at everybody's like, oh, hi, Matty. Veronica says. That's so cool. Hey, we got a good crowd coming in. And Carlos shared. You guys share the show. Look at Michael. I love Irish sea moss. I use it all the time in throat coat tea. That's what I use too, you guys. Michael knows how to do this. I didn't do golden seal, but I have all my supplements and Irish moss. You guys look into it. Okay, look into it. And throat coat. Yes, I had a box because I have it just in case. So yes, you guys, there's throat coat tea. Have this stuff on hand because I got a little lax on that. And then I was really, when I needed all the stuff, I was, on my phone trying to get everything ordered. So Tammy says, hi, Matty.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, so Tammy. It's Monday. Okay. There were days that we were all going, what day is it? And we were off. Everybody was off 4 or 5 days. We didn't know what the heck the day was.
That happens.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, thank you, Nia. Nia says the chakra game was good. Oh, yeah. Did you get to see that episode?
I didn't. What was that?
On Wednesday, we had a whole. You got to go back and watch Wednesday's episode.
Okay, I'll do that.
I had 7 wheels. We played 7. We went through the 7 chakras. I had a trivia thing for each of them, and then we did 7 different wheel spins.
You have a wheel?
I made 7 wheels for each chakra, and it was all online. But you go back and watch Wednesday's episode.
Okay, I will. I may have watched part of it. There was one day that I didn't feel up to it. I didn't. I told everybody at the end. When we're talking, I was thinking I was coming back. I actually had another virus, a different kind of virus that was working on me. And so COVID's gone now, but that virus is, my body's doing good against that. So, let's see.
Glad you're feeling better.
Thank you. I'm looking at people's questions. Oh, okay. Oh, good stuff. Everybody's asking good questions. Remember, you guys, I didn't go over any rules, but they are in the description. And please don't put anybody's proper name in. No health, no legal questions, please. Nisha, hi. You know what? You're asking for a time frame when someone will hear that you're going to hear from your Gemini. But, if I were to do this, and I'm really looking at, say, 1 month, I can't set and go through all the time periods. So if you want a particular time that you want me to look, let me know. Oh man, I love these ones where they say, should I go back? Should I do that? It's always a fun one. You know me, I love doing the relationships.
I know, that's my favorite one to do too, relationship readings. Okay. All right. So it's Mystery Monday, you guys. So thank you for joining us. Let's, answer you guys' questions for mysteries. Have you picked anyone yet, Debbie?
No, I'm just looking.
All right, I'm gonna pick somebody.
Oh, Nia, I'm sorry about your daughter. Okay, it's a random draw. We're just gonna pick people as we see them, and we will let you know who's up next. So, and repost if you came in right when we started. Repost. Sometimes we can't go back. It's hard to. We don't have a lot of time to go back and look at what you posted.
All right, so I've picked Shanta Vanny, or Shantavani. Hope I'm saying that right, one of those. But okay, I'm gonna pull the cards and shuffle. So Debbie, you got the floor.
Okay, so you guys, I'm getting all this great. I love my cough drops and all of that. But they do say sip juice or sip a little bit of something warm, right? If you feel like you're going to cough. That was very helpful. So I'm going to find somebody now. Oh my gosh, Veronica, I'm so sorry. You guys, so Veronica's friend's son is in a coma. Could use some healing from the healers that are seeing this. He got hit by a car this past Thursday.
Oh my God.
Prayers, and if you are a prayer warrior, or if you are a healer, in any way you want to send that great energy to Veronica's friend's son. Oh my gosh. Yes, Nia, I'll try to get that going. Can I do this? Da, 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 da. At the very end of COVID, I did get Mirabelle Milton and the Button Fairies, The Mermaid Quest. I did get it published. And immediately I have 19 orders. And that was neat. So this is just out, you guys. I have 4 in that series. And it's fun. Okay, let me see what you guys are saying, what you need. Oh, look at everybody's praying for him, Veronica. Okay. And okay, Veronica, I'm going to do your question about the stepdad house. I'll do that one for you, okay? And I'm going to, when Maddie's ready, I'm going to mute, and then I'm going to work on Veronica. So.
Okay. I'm almost ready.
Okay. Share the show, you guys, so we can have lots of people here. Please like and subscribe Matty Tarot on YouTube, and also Psychic Fixes on YouTube and Psychic Fixes on Facebook. If you're coming through my meetup, which has like 826 people in San Diego, do know that we're leaving meetup. They doubled their prices. It's like $350 a year. So we are going to start boosting our posts on Facebook and really going out there and getting the audience. But if you're coming through meetup, you need to subscribe and like and all of that. Follow us so that you will be told when we're doing shows, because we're going to start doing all kinds of shows.
And new gold dream. Yeah, you can post your question, so you can just put it in the live chat, and we do random selection. Okay, so you can go ahead and post it. You don't have to wait. Okay, so Shantavanti, or Shant, I don't know if Shantavani. I have to wonder, are you, it doesn't matter if it doesn't matter whether or not you are, but I believe you're going through a breakup, or you're still healing from one. But there's either way, there's the theme of your life right now is commitment to a cause, or holding on to your faith, keeping the faith, keeping your eye on your goals, your the light at the end of the tunnel, if you will. The theme of your life right now is commitment to self. The challenge you're facing is the pull of old patterns, old behaviors, old ways. There's some sort of whether or not it's another person that you continue to go back to, or you continue to give your time to, and you shouldn't, or whether or not it's a activity or behavior or some sort of substance. Either way, there's a pull here from an old energy that you know it too well, and this is why maybe it's alluring to you, because it's familiar. And this is your challenge. This is the part that you have trouble with. You have trouble setting boundaries in this area. You have trouble with self-control in this area. You kind of feel like it, something takes over you and your emotions get the best of you, maybe. Your advice here is to apply the knowledge that you've gained along the way, because you already have you already have the information. You have yet to apply. So to get over this thing and to stay committed to your goal, and the betterment of self, the betterment of yourself in your life, you already know what you need to do. You have the knowledge. The action you need to take. If you shouldn't be messing with a certain person, if you shouldn't be talking to a certain person, if you shouldn't be messing with a certain thing. You already know all this, and you already have the tools readily available to you to be able to do so. Whether or not that's support from friends or family, or whatever it may be. Taking the actual steps and actionable steps toward this goal, though, is what your it's essentially saying, this is what you need to do in order to overcome this challenge. And if, let's say, you haven't been, so maybe you haven't relied on your support groups around you, like friends, family, enough. Well, right now it's saying to focus. Your focus in general should be on that very thing. So the Three of Cups here, the Three of Emotions, it's in the focus space. So your focus needs to be turned toward friendship, building and cultivating friendships, pouring into those spaces. I do believe this is saying this because I do believe this is referring to a person that that maybe you've had a lot of ups and downs with, and it's not it's not a healthy relationship to continue in. Maybe it's not that you're in a actual committed relationship, and it's more of a something that is on and off, whatever it may be. The focus needs to be off of that, because that's the thing that here's the challenge. And you know better, because you've been through the ringer with this. So you should be focusing on friends, on friend gatherings, on building and cultivating a space of mutual support. Right here it shows your guardian angel is the Chariot. The guardian angel space shows what in the pit, or in the throes, or in the pit of the challenge, when the challenge is the most it feels heaviest. The guardian angel represents what will help you through that moment. And the Chariot stands for victory. The Chariot stands for capability, for the for one's resilience to overcome challenges. So right here, in the hardest time, so what I mean, the message I'm getting, it's a message I often it's one of the I love to tell people this message, and I loved it when I heard it as well. It's that you have made it through 100% of your hardest days. So the lowest moments of your life, the hardest times, the biggest struggles you've ever faced, you have a 100% success rate at overcoming those challenges. You've made it to today, right? So you've made it through all that. So you're very capable. You've done it before. You know that when something happens, that it doesn't last forever. And so that's what you really need to hold on to. In the moment when you're feeling really low and those intrusive thoughts are coming in, that self-critic is coming in, and it's really beating you down, and you're really having a drab look at the future, or even the next, month or so, whatever, however long you're projecting into the future and seeing like this just sucks. Remember, you need to consciously remind yourself, you know what, I am capable. I will get through this. This is not going to last forever. I am going to come out, because you will. I see this. You're going to come out on top here. This is actually, you may not see it right now, but there's something here. There's some sort of transformation happening, and I see a lot of wisdom being gained. And and if you use, so look, here's the 3 oracle cards that came out. Rest. So rest means you need to give this a rest. You need to take a step back from whatever it is that whatever this energy is that you're engaged in, this unhealthy relationship, I believe is what it's referring to. You need to rest from that. Take a rest. It's too taxing on you, and you need to move with caution around that. And you need to move with caution with yourself. Be careful of how you're talking to yourself. You don't want to bring yourself down. You don't want to tear yourself apart and make things worse. I also say this a lot. Don't use hindsight to beat yourself up in the present, because hindsight's 2020, right? So we may have a situation happen, and then something comes to light, or or it doesn't work out, or something happens to where we get this new information that we now know, and it sours what we used to think about something. And then for some reason, it's crazy that we all do this. We take that information and we use it as if we should have known better, or we kind of just assume that there's somehow we could have known that was going to happen, or somehow we should have seen this sign and this sign and this sign to know this. And we use that hindsight that we have, that 2020 clear vision of it now that we get, and we use it to beat ourselves up. And it's just crazy. It's absolutely, it doesn't make any sense to do that. So be careful and it's so easy to do it. So be careful. Be mindful of the way you're speaking to yourself if you're using hindsight to really tear yourself down for something that you should be totally given the grace and the forgiveness for. Self-forgiveness is what I mean. And go easier on yourself. Give yourself a break. We're not robots. We can't always predict if someone's gonna behave poorly, or treat us poorly, or not value. You know what I mean? So just be careful around that. And then it says determination. That's also marked in the Chariot here. So through determination, you come out victorious. There is so with determination, you will get through this. And what you see, what's coming in the future for you in the space right here is the sun. So you are on your way to a much brighter time, to a much happier time. The sun also talks about the self and the sense of self. It is representative of the solar plexus chakra, which has to do with self and ego and all that. And I think that's interesting that in the oracle cards, the 2 cards came out are yellow. So again, solar plexus chakra, sun, vibrance, happiness, and then the heart, which is green. So give your heart a rest. Make sure you're moving with caution around that inner critic or others that may want to try and have, insert their opinion where it doesn't belong. And moving with determination, knowing that you're very capable. You've made it through 100% of your bad days before. You can do this one as well. You can do this as well. And there's the sun will come out again. There is something better on the horizon. Sometimes you got to clear out old energy in order to make space for what's new. And if you've got a space around you filled with unhealthy energy that brings you down and overwhelms you and leaves you feeling drained, well, as bad as it may hurt to clear that out and get rid of it all, you're clearing the space so something better can come in. Okay. And I do see that something better coming in for you. It really has to do with the way you look at yourself and in relation to the situation and in relation to the world around you, because I do see you stuck in a bit of a mental pattern. The 8 of voices here, or the 8 of swords, shows in the original depiction, there's a person who has a blindfold on and they've got 8 swords around them. And they're not actually in this like prison or jail. They're not stuck the way they're stagnating the way they think they are. But the illusion of this is present because of the blindfold. They're not seeing clearly. And then the sharpness of the swords, incites the fear to the fear, oh, if I move, I'm gonna get cut, or like, because I can't see. And what happens, what it really is showing importance about is that we get in these mental traps and we tell ourselves these stories. And if you think about it, it's so powerful because the same, if you flip that story, or if you reframe that story into finding the silver lining, finding the positive message in it, and you are able to mentally reframe that story. You can tell yourself the good version of a story or the bad version of a story, the one that's devastating or the one that is uplifting and empowering. And if you can find the way to flip that story and find the silver lining and start telling yourself that story, that's how you get out of that mental trap. And that's how you shape your future. So if you think about it, the only time is now, right? It's always going to be now. The past only lives in our head. So we have this unique and very special ability to, in a way, if you think about it, change the past. Because you can rewrite your past. You could tell yourself, okay, let's just say, I've been cheated on before. So let's just say, I could tell myself that was a waste of my time. That person totally wasted all my time. That was totally pointless. And that really hurt me and it left me broken. Why would I tell myself that story when I could tell myself the story of, you know what, that hurt, but I found out how to set boundaries. I found out how to value myself and walk away from something that wasn't for me. I stood up for myself. That's really empowering. And I learned that because in the time I had tried to forgive the person, but that didn't work for me. So I had learned that if that ever happens in the future, I'm not actually capable of giving the grace and giving the space to be able to forgive within the amount of time that's needed, without actually taking a break from the person. So I learned that about myself. There's a lot of stuff I learned. There's very valuable information I learned. And so that's the story I choose to tell myself. And I chose to tell myself. And it really helped me not only move on, but empower myself and stop beating myself up over something that I had no control over happening. And that didn't have a reflection on me or my value or my worth in any way. That's on them. So, that's way in the past, but it's just an example. it's the stories you tell yourself that shape the way you interact and move through the future and in your next relationship and in your, future relationships with friends and family and all that. So keep that in mind. Tell yourself the better story. So reframe your stories. I'm going to close your reading out with Petalite, or your crystal card, which is Petalite. Okay. Petalite is this, it says this angelic stone was used by shamans to provide a safe environment around them as they explore the spiritual plane. With its very high vibration, it's excellent to use during sleep meditation. It can help you reach back in time and heal old family wounds and trauma. That's so crazy because I didn't even read that before. I didn't even read that before I said all that. So that's exactly what I'm talking about, though. You can change the past by reframing the story. It doesn't mean you actually like go back and change the workings of what happened. And, I'm not saying that, but you can mentally reframe things and you choose which story you tell yourself, and you choose you choose what your truth is. Okay. As long as it feels right to you. So why wouldn't you want a better truth or a more positive truth than the devastating one that leaves you feeling hopeless? I hope this helped. That's what I have for you this evening.
Wow. You always have great readings. And you guys, these are free readings. If you want to tip anybody, our live tip links are scrolling under us right now, and in the live ones are in the description. Okay, Veronica. Veronica, are you like a big psychic? You feel like you have power? Because that's what I'm getting. You had a spirit that came right in when I started taking your cards. The card that represents you, Veronica, is absolutely, I'm here for the big change. I want a change for the better. I want transformation. I want to, like do something else big and have this big change. And that's what you're manifesting in. Crossing you in temporary energy, something coming up about a career offer, something really positive. Not yet, but something coming in. I do get in the future, if you want to do something on your own, something on the side, have an entrepreneurial type of situation or your own business, I feel like you'd have a lot of success in that. Okay. It does show me in the past. Now I have the Knight of Swords card. That usually means that when we rush into things and we, kind of jump at things, and that's always like a cautionary card for me. Don't rush at stuff. But nonetheless, that's in the past. Now, should you buy it? Is that a good idea? Absolutely. They show me a reason to celebrate. They do show me an intuitive ability for you, very strong. I think you could come to the same conclusion. I get you that everything would go smoothly. I get harmony and partnership in doing this deal. However, two cards came up. One feeling a little left out of the money, like the money wasn't as favorable as you would want, and also there's nothing you can do to change that. I took another card to say, well, should she do this? And the card that came out is my investment card, and that is a good investment that will pay off over time. So over time, it will do well for you. It's a good investment, but it doesn't look like when you do it, it's going to be very favorable for the money. But in time, it would be a good investment for you. Okay. And I use these cards when I'm doing companies, CFOs, CEOs. I do a lot of investments. For 10 years, I look at stocks, I look at real estate, all that kind of stuff. So I know that when this comes in, when I ask, is this a good investment? Absolutely, yes. And that's what I get for you. So this is such a positive card that represents you of really wanting to have a transformation into something else, a different way of living, different lifestyle, and all of that. And it's a yes for me that this would be a good idea. Remember those two little cautionary cards, but in the end, a good investment. So that's what I have for you. All right, we're clearing. I have not cleared too much. I cleared before the show. I go, yeah, I have to clear. Yeah, that's part of it.
Yeah, sometimes when I feel like I'm not like connecting with my decks, or I just want to in general just cleanse the space.
Okay. We will watch you do that, and I'm gonna go see if I can pick somebody. And
yes, I'm gonna pick somebody right now. Let's see.
Well, you can go ahead. I can yak. You can go ahead and clear your space.
Oh no, I'm done. It's fine. It's burning. It's burning. I'm all good.
And Nia's daughter, happy birthday to her. She's 27, but she is sick with bronchitis. If any of the healers want to send her healing, anybody that wants to pray for her, you can let Nia know that that's being supported. And I pray for your daughter also. And just send, you guys see me doing healing before. I've got such great stories. I also have a video on it on Psychic Fixes on how you can heal. Also, David Starlight and I, and David will be on tomorrow. We did a whole show on healing and different ways that you can heal. So just putting a little light in there and clearing out her lungs. Okay, there we go.
Okay, let's see.
I know who I'm going to do next, but I'm going to let you tell me.
Okay, but Crystal Komarnicki.
Oh, I love her. She should be a gymnast in the Olympics. That's that kind of name.
Oh.
That's like a name. I love it. Komarnicki. I love it. I gotta change my name. No, I like Duncan.
We've I just want to say hi to Avani. Hi, Avani.
Oh,
welcome.
hi.
Thanks for
You're
joining us.
new. Post a question if you get. Okay. There's Crystal. I'm gonna do Tammy King next, and I'm gonna mute so I can cough in silence.
All right, let's see. Okay. Crystal. Okay, Crystal, I want to make sure I'm reading this properly. Are you here? If you are here, please let me know. Has somebody betrayed you recently? Are you healing from betrayal? Because there's two paths this could go. So I want to make sure I'm going down the right one. Are you healing from betrayal currently? Is Crystal here? I'm going to wait a couple more seconds. Okay, well, Crystal, I hope you come back to see your reading. But either way, I believe right now, let's see. Okay. Yeah, 2 times that came out. Okay, it's got to be. All right, so I believe right now you're healing from a betrayal. This has to do with it, not necessarily. I'm not getting here like a specific like person that I can tell who what this is from, but obviously it was a person. But either way, what I'm saying is I can't tell like specifically what it's from, but more so what it disrupted in your life, and that was stability. There's something about stability here that got really disrupted, or I'll give you both versions since you're not here to tell me what this is about. Or this could potentially be saying you have a lot of worry about your stability and your ability to be able to create that for yourself. Maybe due to, so if this is the relationship path, it's due to a betrayal that happened. Or if this is just in general your anxiety about future stability, then this is talking about a self-betrayal that you feel like you don't have the capability or ability to be able to get done what you need to get done, or you don't feel like you will ever make it to a certain point where you're financially stable or able to, provide that stability yourself. And you do so, and you kind of keep yourself in this box, and self-sabotage yourself in that way. So it could potentially be saying that as well. I do see here free-spirited energy. So there's this, in general, what I'm going to say is whether or not it's a betrayal from a person or a self-sabotaging behavior that continues to keep you stuck and you feel like maybe you're unable to obtain the things you want in life, whatever path this reading is talking about. There's a free-spirited energy here that you need to kind of you need to kind of loosen up a bit, if to say the least. And I don't mean to sound rude in any way, but life is serious. People, it's good to be serious, but it's also something that you need to just kind of have fun and kind of loosen up. Don't take everything so seriously. Not everything needs to be so. There doesn't need to be this rigid guideline around everything that keeps you, because where's the room for the fun? Where's the room for the enjoyment? And if you take yourself and others so seriously all the time, not only does it leave people feeling kind of like restrained or constrained in a way, but it just, there's no space for the nuances of life and the very how do you say, there's fleeting moments of enjoyment everywhere, even in difficult times. And anybody who knows how to not take things so seriously all the time knows this and has experienced this. And, you know, believe it or not, there's times when you could be in the middle of a fight with somebody, but if you have a good sense of humor and both of you are not able, or both of you are able to not take take things so seriously all the time, one person could crack a joke right in the middle of like an argument, and just both people just start laughing, and it kind of diffuses the argument, and then there's a whole new energy where both people can go, we're being ridiculous, we're being silly, let's stop fighting. Like, humor and, you know um not being so rigid and taking things so seriously all the time has a huge impact on people's ability to get through difficult moments or hard times, or to deal with anxiety about the future. um it's very, very useful. um but that's what I'm seeing here. I'm seeing this need to kind of let go and be a little more okay with what life throws at you, because you can only control so much. And this usually comes from a place of wanting to control, and the need or the feeling to want to control comes from a space where you maybe grew up and didn't even realize it, and you might not even be consciously aware of it now, but there was some sort of feeling in the past of lacking control, of feeling out of control, feeling like you don't have any say in what goes on around you, you don't have any say in how your emotions go and how you want to, how they get reacted to. It's like, it's almost like everything's out of your hands and you're just dealing with things in such a way that you're reacting to everything instead of responding, because you're in such a space of overwhelm. So the need to want to control might stem from something like that, feeling like were out of control, feeling like you were not in the driver's seat. And when I say by a need to want to control, it means that you may have excessive worry about things that are totally out of your control. So I picture it like within the mind, we cast this net out sometimes over all the things we want in love, right? Our goals, our dreams, our friendships, our relationships with family, our romantic relationships. We cast this net out over these things, and we think, sometimes in our mind, we believe, okay, if I keep a hawk eye on these things and I'm very aware of what's going on and just like, paying attention to everyone's, it's called hypervigilance, right? Paying attention to everything, then I'm sorry, then I might be able to change the outcome of something. I might be able to affect the way it goes and ultimately, but then as life is, sometimes things are out of our control. As life goes on and reality sets in about something that didn't work out the way we wanted it to, well, that thought or that idea kind of falls apart. And when we have such a deep rooted way of thinking that, deep rooted belief that we can control these things, and if, I can affect this, and I do have a say in this, well, when that idea starts to fall apart, it's really devastating and leaves us feeling very overwhelmed, very scared, very much in our fear and in our powerlessness. So you need to realize that net's not as big as you think it is. You cannot control the way people, you cannot control the way people speak. You cannot control the way someone understands what you said or did. You cannot control the way somebody chooses to view you. You cannot control the things they say. I already said that. You can't control their behavior. But what you can control is who you choose to give your time to. You can control the way you articulate yourself. And if you choose to continue to try and articulate or explain something to someone who's not understanding or deliberately misunderstanding, you can choose the story you tell yourself. You can choose the boundaries you set. And you can choose what you're going to do with your, you can choose to look at others people's behavior as a reflection of you, which it's not, or you can choose to look at it as a reflection of them. And think about this. Let's say you're on the road. This is totally random, but like you're on the road, you're driving, there's like a little holdup, right? Or maybe you accidentally cut someone off when you're changing lanes, but you used your turn signal and you didn't like cut them off to where they're having to screech to a halting stop and you almost caused an accident. It's just like they were maybe speeding a bit and you went in that lane and now they have to slow down a little bit. But they lay on the horn behind you and they're pissed off and they're like throwing the finger and yelling. And you just like, you have to think about it. Did you slightly slowing them down cause that much anger in that person? No, not at all. There's no way anybody is that upset over that. It just doesn't happen. That person was already on the precipice of the height of their anger. They were already there. So that behavior is much more a reflection of them, of what they're dealing with in their life. And so this is why we don't take things personally, and we never should. If how other people behave and react and how other people are, and it's hard not to sometimes, especially when it's in a very close relationship that you care about or the person means a lot to you. It's really hard not to take things personally sometimes. But truly, at the end of the day, nothing's personal. People are responding to their own emotional world and their own emotional makeup and the things that are happening inside of them. That is what is governing people's behavior and how they respond and react to the things around them. So keep that in mind. Everyone's just trying to navigate their own emotional world. What is needed here for you is you need to shift where you give your focus to, where you give your energy to, where you give to. You're giving in spaces where you're giving with the expectation or the hope or desire that you're going to somehow be seen and valued. And you need to understand that you're only devaluing yourself by doing that. Somebody who who can't seem to recognize that your value or your you know, what you bring to the table, if they can't seem to recognize the importance of having you in their life, well, nothing you can do is going to like suddenly impress them and make them think differently. Like, it's not about, because it's not about that. And so the more you give to people or spaces that already don't value you, the less value you are demanding, essentially. You just show people how to, all you're doing in that case is showing people what they can get away with and how they don't need to value you, how they don't need to do much to keep you in their life, how they can use you and how they can take advantage of you, because you're going to continue coming back and you're going to get, it's like, oh wow, I treated them even worse this time. They're not consciously thinking this. No one, unless they're like a malicious narcissist, they're not consciously aware of these things, but it essentially, energetically, in a way, it comes off like this. It's like, oh, look, I treated them even worse this time, and they did more for me. Oh wow, that means I can get away with more. You know, no one's consciously thinking that. Again, unless they're some sort of malicious narcissist, but that's what happens. That's the way people react to that. That's how it plays out. So you need to keep that in mind. You're not teaching. You're not doing any good for yourself by doing that. You need to. You got what you don't see coming on both decks. You got the same card, the Four of Swords. And this deck, it's called the Four of Voices, but the Four of Swords. So what you really need. I thought you got a page. I thought you got the same card underneath again too. No, you got the Page of Pentacles and then the Page of Wands. But still, pages are young and they're brand new. So it's like a brand new start, brand new adventure, brand new opportunities, brand new way of thinking. After you take this rest, you need to take a rest, because you got this. You want to control. You're trying to control too much, and really, you're doing it in all the wrong spaces. So you need to take a rest from this. Okay. I hope this is all resonating for you when you come back and see this. But here's 3. Yeah, here we go. So believe in self. Believe in self. You do this behaviors because you don't really believe in self, and you need to have that validation from these other people to kind of believe that you even are good enough. You need to, and the reason you don't think well about yourself is because you haven't forgiven yourself about something. There's something you're holding on to, not forgiving yourself about. And physical action to me says, you didn't dig the hole that you're in. You didn't dig the hole you're in right now, but you at some point have chosen to continue laying in it. And so you need to get up and you need to climb out of this hole, because no one else is going to be there to pull you out of it. And I know you didn't dig it. And I know that sucks to hear that you're like, why do I have to do all this to get out of it? Because you're responsible for your emotional world and your mental health, regardless of what anyone else does for you. You know why? Because you can't control or what anyone else does to you, because you cannot control what other people do. And because of that unknown factor of not being able to control that, then there's the possibility for somebody to hurt us significantly. And because of that, you're responsible to have to heal that. Unfortunately, it's just the way it is, because we cannot control how other people treat us. Okay. So I know you didn't dig the hole you're in, but you do have to at some point choose to stand up and climb out of it. And I hope you choose to do so. Okay. That's all I have for you this evening.
Wow, that's great. Matty, I'm going to do Tammy King, and I really do want to do a New Gold Dream. I don't know, how much time we have, but I'd like to kind of do that.
No problem.
Let me bring Tammy up. Tammy, you want to know about finances? And after I put the cards down, I go, I wish I would have put a timing on this for you. Let me tell you about the first 4 cards, though. The card that represents you right now is sweet memories of the past. Sometimes thinking about ideas from the past or just some sweet things. So I really like that. You have the most wonderful energy crossing over you, and that's the World card. And that's where you are manifesting, like, I want all my desires to come in. I want to reach my goals. I want to make a change for the better in my home, my career. I want to do all these great things. So keep that energy there and going. In the future, it does show me that you're going to have a fear. And I asked the other side, what's the fear about? And it's a fear of either letting go, quitting, being finished with something, ending something. So I do get there's going to be some big fears coming up for you. So keep that in mind. The past position shows me that you were in the throes of this is the hangman card of the destiny card of learning lessons in life and all of this big things. So I feel like this is in the past right now. All right. As far as money goes, I think that you really feel like, well, money's going to come in on a regular basis with the potential to grow. You need to time that by 100. Okay. I need you to really invest in manifesting for that, your finances to be really good and the money to come in. I think you already feel that, but you need to really go for that. And I believe you have the intuitive power of a high priestess and that you can do this. Okay. It does show me you rushing into something. So slow down. It shows me you taking on some extra responsibility. That's okay. I get interaction with a money minded male. I don't think you have to be cautious there, but this is probably beneficial. Also shows me that you'll be waiting for some results from something. And the ultimate outcome card is moving money around and juggling money. This is a card I don't want to see. That's why I'm like, bump up your manifesting really big and getting your finances to grow and being set up. I want to see that. I took 3 more cards to ask what's going on. They show me you have the power, the high priestess card. They show me being a little bit stuck on a decision. Ask your guides. Ask your guides. If you need to make a decision, you're asking them before anybody else. You guys give me the answer, give me clarity so I can make this great decision and bring prosperity in. But it does show me if you want to do something on your own, I do get a very strong card for being successful if you want to do something on the side or your own business or something like that. So I do have that success coming in, but I don't like this juggling money card. All right. So that's what I have for you when I look at just finances without looking at a time period. And sorry, I really wish I would have put some timing on that. But nonetheless, there's some things to do. Okay, Tammy? That's what I have for you. Okay. I'm going to bring this up. And if you could talk for a couple minutes, Matty, that would be great. I'll be right back with the cards.
Yeah, of course. I'm just shuffling my cards over here. No, but yeah, thank you for everybody for joining us this evening, and thank you so much for the feedback. We really appreciate, hearing that in the comments. For all of you who are new here, we're here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And there's no list and there's no order really that we go in. It's just totally random. We select random from the chat. As long as you don't have anybody's personal information other than your own in your comment, so no names. If you're wanting to refer to another person, then you can say person on my mind, person of interest, you can put their initials, but no personal information of anybody other than yourself. So you enter your question into the chat and we randomly select. We do accept donations and the pay links are scrolling below, but that does not guarantee you a reading. It does not put you on the top of any sort of list because there is no list. It's all totally random. Okay. We want a free equal opportunity for everybody at the end of the day. And these are free readings at the end of the day. So keep that in mind. We don't do legal or medical. And please subscribe to our channels. That's www.youtube.com/@psychicfixes and www.youtube.com/@Matty Tarot. And if you are interested in booking a private session with me, I'm going to go ahead and play the, what's it called? My little video for my QR code. So if you're interested in booking a private session, then please scan the QR code. You know how to use one probably, but you can scan it, screenshot it, come back to the video and take a picture of it. And it will take you to my booking site. It'll show you all the services I offer, which is a lot more than just readings. Okay, so here's the QR code. Alrighty. But yeah, this Wednesday, so we'll have another Wheel Wednesday. So this Wednesday is going to be Wheel Wednesday and Wisdom Wednesday as always. But and then on Friday we do what's in your, it's Fluid Friday, so we do what's in your cup, where you're encouraged to you know, stay hydrated, drink water, but also if you want to loosen up, have a little fun with us, you can bring a drink and let us know what's in your cup. Okay, but we also do a Friday Feuds poll on Friday, so that's fun. Do a little survey question.
Okay, new goal dream. Since I'm a writer, I go, oh, wait a minute. I want to do this one for you. First, four cards are for you, and then I'm going to tell you about what they want, what they're showing me. The entrepreneurial card comes out for you. So if you want to, it seems like you would do your own business or do your own thing, because I get success. This comes down right for you, like entrepreneurs here. Crossing you in temporary energy is the card of waiting for your rewards to come in. And so it shows me that you're going to get a reward, but it's to come. Okay. Like whatever you put out there to the universe or whatever will come back to you. I do get in the future that your whole life's going to change big time. Very, very good for the positive. I feel like you're going to transform into doing something else. Very, very good. Different lifestyle. They're showing me there may have been something, we won't even get into this, but there may have been something surprising that maybe caused a crisis or something in the past. It shows me, wow, I didn't see that coming. So that's in the past position, okay? Now they want me to tell you all kinds of things because I'm like, oh, hey, we got her. Tell them this stuff. I do want to tell you, I feel like you're in somewhat of a healing journey, and I feel like also a trip for you. I get love coming in for you. I also have the person, and I get a masculine person that's very kind, devoted, loyal, someone that likes to be around the water. Sometimes a good dad energy or something coming in on your path. I also have a woman just like that. So I do feel like kind, devoted, loving woman. It shows me you going along with the flow and being a little bit stuck on a decision, like more than a little bit stuck on a decision. Talk to your guides about that. They do show me you sitting on money, watching the money, saving the money, whatever, sitting on that money. I feel that's good. It does show me you waiting for some kind of results, but they're showing me the magician card. This means that you can create. So when you're talking about writing, if you want to write, you should write. This is creation and it can make money from it. All right. But the magician card means creation. You can make a product. So that was a confirmation for me there for this book. It also shows me that it's a good investment for you that would pay over time. Takes a long time for that money to come, but it will pay over time. Meanwhile, you probably will feel like, well, I should be making more money on this. Well, welcome to the throes of being an author. I think that you'll love doing this also. And I took one last card that said, is there money in this? Because we do want to see that, but there's other reasons to write and create a book. And it makes you feel great and does really good things. And my son is publishing a book on autism, sci-fi fantasy. And I'll tell you, that makes him feel so good to do that. And other people will get some awareness from it. So getting a message out there is one thing, and making money is another. You have the Knight of Pentacles, means that money will come in on a regular basis with the potential to grow if you decide to start writing. So I think writing's kind of tough as far as money goes, but I do get that it's a good investment for you. All right. And that's what I have for you. Best of luck. going to be having a class on this also.
That was lovely. I wanted to do one more, and I'll make it very quick.
Sure.
Okay. So, Florencia Zambrano. Please, before you go, can you read me? Hi, Matty and Debbie. I have to take my bar exam to become a lawyer on October 2nd. I'm from Chile. And I want to know if I make it. I'm Taurus. Okay. So, I'm going to say yes. And my pendulum says yes as well. But I pulled cards before doing the pendulum, and it says I got yes out of it, and then my pendulum affirmed that, said yes as well. So, does that mean you're going to get it on your first try? I don't know. You know, I think so. I think you will. I'm gonna say yes. But either way, you're gonna get it. So, hopefully, it's on your first try. I would say, but the pendulum's saying you're gonna get it on your first try. So let me show you the cards first, and then I'll show you the pendulum. But the Queen of Swords, the Queen of Swords is boundaries. It's also taking things very seriously. It's also it's this energy that you don't take any bull-ish. You don't take any crap, and it's kind of like you you welcome in your space what you want, and you don't welcome in what you don't want. So what it's saying to me is, you know what you need to do, you need to stay, you need to stay on top of things, you need to focus at this time, and you need to really push yourself to study, to take it seriously, to be on your your best behavior, and your best to bring your best to the table, right? You also got justice, which is amazing, because justice has to do with legal, and you're taking the bar, so that's amazing that you got the scale of justice here. It also, justice tells me that you're going to have success. It also tells me that things are going to go in your favor, and it tells me that you there's some sort of like karmic retribution here, that you like a good thing happens for you. So I do see this working out well for you, and it's funny that it has to do specifically with the justice system. And then the Nine of Cups, which is what's it called? The Nine of Cups talks about getting the thing, it's like a wish fulfillment. There's like a wish fulfillment and accomplishments here. So this is something you can add to your list of accomplishments, your list, it's a wish fulfilled for you. It is something that you can be proud of, and it's a dream come true. So this is all positive in the reading, and that tells me that yes, you are going to pass the bar. I also pulled two inner guidance messages. So anytime you feel doubt, you need to give yourself reassurance. You can do this by going over, the information, studying, if making sure you have it thoroughly committed to memory, and so reassurance. You can also get reassurance by having a friend test you in some sort of way, or having a family member remind you of how much how well you've succeeded up to this point, and how capable you are. So reassurance in any way can be helpful. And the other way you're going to make it through this is by listening. You need to make sure you are listening right now. There may be a vital piece of information somebody has to say to you, a friend, a family member, or even just a lecture, or listening to I don't know if you're reading the information yourself, or if you're listening to it on an audio format, but essentially when you're reading too, there's a required, you have to listen, you have to make, and by listen I mean you have to take in that information to absorb that information. So make sure you're just I'm going to say this, paying attention. Make sure you're listening, paying attention, being able to take that information in, not just, you're not off in some space where you're thinking about your anxiety or worries, and you're totally distracted, and you're not committing anything to memory. So those are the things that are going to get you through here. And if you want to know, if you want to see the pendulum, I said, is Florencia Zambrano going to pass her bar? And if it goes this way, it's a yes. If it goes this way, it's a no. So give me a second. And as you can see, it's swinging yes. So I'm going to say yes, and congratulations in advance.
Yes. Best of luck, but I got good vibes from a cards that I just took for her.
Oh, well, good.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
Awesome. Well, it was great to be back.
Well, I'm happy you are back, Debbie. And thank you, everybody, tonight for, joining and supporting. We greatly appreciate you. If we didn't get to you, we're here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So just join us back on Wednesday or on Friday or both. And yeah, we thank you so much. All right. Bye.
Bye, everybody.